Hi, everybody. I hope you guys had a great Christmas weekend. I know the holidays can be super stressful. Family, the dynamics. I know that I'm not specifically afraid of COVID, but I can tell you there's a huge outbreak of the flu and people just being sick in general right now. So there's all of that going on too that we are being thrown at. And of course, eating things that are off your list and drinking a little much or too much is also bringing down the immune system. So you're more susceptible to getting sick, and with the stress and the fear, that of course lowers the immune system as well. So just a reminder to keep yourself safe and healthy. Drink your silver and your iodine, my vital C, all of those things. You can take them and do all of the supplements, the wild lights, the quintessential, to keep your immune system strong, even if you're eating off track and eating sugar and all the stuff that we love to enjoy but don't usually enjoy year round. But this time of year we're getting exposed to it and it's in our face and we want to partake, which is a good thing, to enjoy your family and friends if that's part of it. So you can keep your immune system healthy. And that's why today I wanted to talk about leaky gut, because we have talked about the gut being where your immune system is. And I'm so excited because I've been suffering from leaky gut and just a compromised gut forever. That was my Achilles heel. And I've used different probiotics. I've used Ion Gut Health. I've used in the intermittent fasting and all of these things, and the low carb diet, and weaning myself off of different foods to help with my gut health. And I really have found some things that just kind of sealed it for me. I just came back from a family vacation with relatives where they could care less what we're eating, and I didn't necessarily always have control over my food. And that type of eating would have thrown me off completely. And I feel great after coming home from that. So anyways, that says a lot. My system is super sensitive. Before I move forward with the leaky gut, I just wanted to say, starting next week, which is January 3rd, 2022, we are going to keep these Zooms to 30 minutes. I want to be respectful for your time and also make sure that we're being very efficient with the time and get the information out there. They will be recorded. I always love to see you live, of course. So if you can join me, that would be great. And I really appreciate it. Okay. So with and one more thing, I'm starting the January cleanse next week. So if you have any friends or family, or if you want to do it again, join in. It's going on sale tomorrow, the Ascent Diet Cleanse. We start next Monday. So great way to start the year off. Okay, so what is leaky gut? You hear that the gut is known as the second brain. If your gut is not healthy, your brain is not healthy. That's why we get brain fog, Alzheimer's, dementia. All of those issues are connected to your gut. A healthy gut has an abundance of the good bacteria and the limited amount of the bad bacteria. So we're meant to have a ton of bacteria, even millions and billions of viruses, as here we are scared of one virus. We're supposed to have viruses in our gut, right? Bacteria, viruses, even H. pylori, we're supposed to have a certain amount of it. We're supposed to have a little bit of E. coli, a little bit of salmonella, but it's when those things get out of control or outweigh the beneficial bacteria. The role of the beneficial bacteria is to protect the integrity of the intestinal barrier, and it produces short chain fatty acids such as butyrate that work to help maintain a strong mucosal barrier and help shield the intestinal cell walls from damaging toxins and pathogens. So it even goes to protecting you from the glyphosate and the GMOs and the radiation and just the toxins we're exposed to in the environment. Butyrate can reduce intestinal inflammation and improve the barrier function by maintaining those tight junctions that hold intestinal cells together. You hear about the tight junctions when many other people talk about, or I talk about the Restore product or Ion Gut Health. That's what it's supposed to do. I also believe that the products that I'm going to tell you about in a minute also do the same thing. But butyrate is that same BHB, beta hydroxybutyrate, which is ketones. So when you're in ketosis and you're producing BHB, you're also producing that butyrate that helps the intestinal inflammation. That's why ketosis is so beneficial for you. And the intermittent fasting helps give that time for the gut to heal. So what is leaky gut? So many people in the United States especially suffer from it, from the vaccinations, from the toxicity, from radiation, from the standard American diet, all of those things, just from prescription drugs, from an antibiotic, that will cause leaky gut. Leaky gut is where the integrity of the intestinal walls is compromised and the holes are formed in those walls. And as a result, foreign particles leak into the blood and create a systemic inflammatory response, a huge signal to the body saying, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. Let's have this huge inflammatory response and stop the horses. We got to fix this. And then it leads to these autoimmune diseases. Every autoimmune disease is connected to some sort of leaky gut. A disruption in the balance of the bacteria in the gut, where the beneficial microbes become outnumbered by the harmful ones, and this is called dysbiosis. The main causes of dysbiosis: stress. Yes, we were all under stress this last week, whether it was good, happy stress or just really chronic, bad, acute stress. All three of my kids, they had a blast with their cousins, came home exhausted. They were in bed by 8 o'clock last night. We are all stressed, whether it's good or bad. Antibiotics, pathogens, the plant poisons that we've talked about, which are oxalates, lectins, the mycotoxins or mold, what else? The nightshades. And these are the things that can, and we think they're healthy. They're in health foods, almonds, spinach, even the grains, the healthy grains that we think are so good for us. These things can cause dysbiosis and leaky gut. And then, of course, the toxins from the environment. When the microbial population in your gut gets unbalanced, those unwanted pathogens start to break down that mucosal barrier in the gut lining. And if that's not intact, the toxins then migrate towards the intestinal cells, causing damage and increased inflammation. When there's inflammation in your gut, you can't absorb the nutrients that you are taking in, and it breaks down those tight junctions. So those gaps in the intestinal lining allows the toxins to enter the circulation. And this process from the toxins into the intestines, into circulation, is called leaky gut. So it is a self-perpetuating problem, and it affects at least 50% of healthy Americans, and I think it's way more than that. It can trigger chronic inflammation through the entire body. This inflammatory cascade starts with the toxin produced within the gut called LPS. That circulating LPS gets bound by a transfer protein called LPS binding protein. And that goes through this huge chain that increases the inflammatory cascade. And this sequence occurs in sepsis. So it's very, obviously we don't want sepsis, and that is known as blood poisoning, but it's the same sequence that happens during sepsis. With this, the body, they are capable of crossing the blood-brain barrier, these pro-inflammatory cytokines. And that inflammatory response can occur anywhere in the body, including the brain, the fat stores, the nerves, joints, and anything else. you have to remember too, your fat stores are there to protect your body. They're there to soak up the toxins and put them away somewhere. So if you have too many toxins in your body and there's an overload, your body's going to produce more fat cells and more storage area to put those things away. That's also why it's really important to continue to detox and make sure we're getting out all the toxins out of our body so our body isn't prone to produce more fat cells and have that fat storage. The inflammation that's caused is a breeding ground for a variety of the chronic diseases and accelerated aging. And I talked a couple of weeks about reverse aging. You need to heal your leaky gut in order to let your body do all of those things and reverse its aging. Reversing dysbiosis and any damage to the intestinal walls is imperative for optimal health and reverse aging. Diseases that are included or linked to leaky gut: IBS, Crohn's disease, two things that I had, arthritis, ADHD, Alzheimer's, autism, depression, anxiety, hormonal balance. I mean, just let's take autism for a minute. That is something that people have seen a significant improvement in when they cut out the grains and the dairy and the allergy foods and clean up the environment. So it is greatly improved. If the gut's inflamed, nutrients that you ingest can't be absorbed, and the toxins that are in the cells can't get out. So there's this, we talk about phase angle, or the health of the cell and the rigidity of the cell wall as you age. And that is also exacerbated by leaky gut. So as we heal leaky gut, we're going to get more flexibility in our cell walls so that the toxins can get out and the nutrients can get in. To make matters worse, by eating the wrong foods, such as gluten, breads, pastas, sugars, and cereals, they steal some of those nutrients that you're taking in, including the B vitamins, vitamin D. So you think, okay, well, I'm just going to go off my eating plan and have a piece of bread tonight. It's not going to do me any harm. It's not going to do me any good, but that's okay. Actually, it's stealing the nutrients out of your body. So it doesn't matter if they're fortified with all of these vitamins that it says on the package. It doesn't matter. These are actually anti-nutrients. What are the symptoms of leaky gut? They can vary. And I laugh because, I will get bloated and I will feel, either constipated or have diarrhea, or my skin breaks out. And my husband will say, Sarah, I don't understand. You have all these stomach issues, right? Well, what's funny is he has leaky gut. But what happens with him is he gets headaches and he gets sinus infections and he gets like blurred vision. My son, super healthy 19-year-old, he has never been bloated in his life, but he is showing signs of some leaky gut and he literally can't think straight. So everyone will have different symptoms of leaky gut. Joint pain, brain fog, depression, ADHD, bloat, nutrient malabsorption, just being tired and fatigued, skin breakouts, rashes, unexplained constipation. All of these things can be part of leaky gut. Can it be reversed? Yes. I am a testimonial to that. And I believe there are many others that have gone through my program that would say the same thing. How do you heal leaky gut? Number one, you switch to a low carb diet. The carbs are inflammatory, especially the processed carbs. You want to get rid of the sugar, the vegetable oils, canola oil. Those oils are grapeseed oil, peanut oil. All of those oils are worse for you than sugar. I'd rather you have a ton of natural sugar than any of these vegetable oils because they stay in your body for over a year and they really wreak havoc on your gut. Also, bread and any processed carbs. those foods are inflammatory, create the holes in the intestinal lining, and they lead to leaky gut. Also, you want to focus on eating organic green vegetables, not including the sulfur ones, which are broccoli, cauliflower. My brain's a little still on vacation mode. Cabbage. These are vegetables that could be a problem for you. You could have no problem with them, but you want to keep an eye on how you feel when you eat these certain vegetables. The lectin group, you can find an article on my website about all lectins, but all the grains. Then they're also in the nightshades like eggplant, peppers, zucchinis, squashes. Now, what's interesting is I don't have a problem with those nightshade vegetables. Obviously, with the grains, I do. So the lectins bother me in certain foods and not others. Now, if I eat a ton of eggplant, I'll have a problem. If I have a couple slices of it, no problem. So there's this thing called the tipping point. Once you've healed your gut, you're able to handle a lot of foods that you weren't able to handle before, but then you can't have too much, and you have a tipping point that will put you into that leaky gut mode where the inflammation is triggered. Now, the oxalates, I don't believe oxalates are good for anybody. The foods that are highest in oxalates are almonds and spinach and beets and Swiss chard, kale, and those will be the worst offenders. But these oxalates get into your tissues and they stay there, and it's hard to get them out. They love your thyroid. They love the urinary tract. They cause a lot of UTIs and bladder infections, a lot of arthritic pain. They love to collect in your joints. So if you have any of these symptoms or Hashimoto's, thyroid issues, they could be from oxalates. And I do have on my website the kidney cleanse, kidney stone cleanse bundle that helps you detox from the oxalates and get rid of kidney stones and just clean up the whole urinary tract as well. So whether you are having symptoms of joint pain or UTIs or thyroid issues that are all oxalate related, the kidney stone cleanse will help you. You want to focus on organic wild animal proteins, add in the healthy fats, which are the coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, and you will reduce the inflammation that is caused by leaky gut. The goal is to limit your carbs to 20 grams a day, at least initially, especially if weight loss is part of your goal, but just to really reduce the inflammation. Then you can start introducing whole foods, whole carbs, like sweet potatoes and some of the squashes if they don't bother you. So as I mentioned about the vegetables, you really want to pinpoint if you're having symptoms of a food group of the vegetables. There's the sulfur group, there's the oxalate group, the lectin group. So those are the three to really kind of study what's in each list and go, I'm reacting to onions and garlic. That means that I probably shouldn't have any of the vegetables in the sulfur group. Or I'm reacting to kale and Swiss chard. Those are oxalates. I should probably stay away from chocolate because chocolate has oxalates in it. So these are the things that you become your own doctor. Okay. Let's see here. You then want to do intermittent fasting. And I know you're sick of hearing me talk about it, but it's part of reducing your eating window to 4 to 8 hours during the day. And that gives your gut a break. And it says, okay, nothing's coming in, nothing's going out. We don't have to digest anything. Let's work on healing those tight junctions and heal that mucosal lining in the gut. And that fasting will help stabilize your blood sugar and insulin level, which allows you to have sustained energy throughout the day, reduce the insulin resistance, which is inflammatory, to decrease the gut and systemic inflammation, improve brain fog, and improve sleep. Now, this is the exciting part, is the supplements that help heal leaky gut. Number one, accelerated keto. because it helps you intermittent fast and it reduces inflammation and it helps your body burn its own fat stores, which is eliminating more of the toxins out of your fat stores that cause leaky gut, and you stop craving the sugar and the carbs that cause leaky gut, you are going to be reversing insulin resistance and giving you a really strong basis for the healing that leaky gut. Now, Mega Pre. So on my website, there is now a new bundle called the Leaky Gut Bundle. And this is why I'm so excited. I've been taking Mega Spore for a couple months and I really like it and felt a difference. But then I added in the Mega Pre and the Mega Mucosa, and it's like my gut just sealed tight. It was awesome. And I felt it within just a couple days. So let's go through it. Mega Pre is the first prebiotic that is made up of non-digestible I have such a hard time with this word, oligosaccharides that can increase microbial diversity and feed the beneficial bacteria that you will get in the Megaspore biotic. And the Megaspore biotic is the probiotic of spores that have been shown to maintain that healthy gut barrier and immune function. But the way it works is it allows them to remain dormant in the harsh environments until they get down into your gut where they need to be, into the gastrointestinal tract, where then they come out and they do their work. A lot of probiotics, they're dead on arrival. They don't work because they need to be refrigerated or they get killed by the stomach acid. This one, once they're inside the large intestine, these dormant spores can change into their active vegetative forms and begin the colonization in the gut. And it aims to recondition the gut instead of reseeding it with probiotic strains that can't survive that digestion. And sometimes the probiotics that you're taking from the store have a whole bunch of like 1 to 10 strands, and then you get this overpopulation of just a few strains. You need this amazing balance in this ecosystem in your gut of the viruses, the bacteria, the fungus, all of them working together in their ecosystem that's meant to be. And that's where Megaspore is different. It helps control the bad bacteria and grow the good ones. It's been shown to help with the E. coli, Salmonella, H. pylori, and more. And then the Mega Mucosa is the third part. And the mucosal system is a very important part of the human immune system. It is in the intestines and it contains 150 times more surface area than your skin, which makes it essential for the immune system and to help support that, that healthy immune system. It is the first complete mucosal support supplement of its kind, and helps build that mucosal barrier. It's, let's see here, it's been shown to support that microbial diversity and short chain fatty acid production. So the three together are amazing. I mix the Mega Mucosa and the Pre, because they come in powder form. I mix them together and I just kind of put them in my drinks all day long. Whether it's my hot drink, in my tea, or in my water. It tastes really good. It tastes kind of fruity, very natural, yummy taste. And then I take the Megaspore with my meals. So that's when we're supposed to be taking probiotics, because these things, the prebiotic and probiotic, are meant to be taken when you're eating your food, because we used to get them with our food. Hopefully that makes sense. Next, the acceleradine. Why is this important for leaky gut? It's known to kill parasites, bacteria, and viruses that are not meant to be in the body. And those foreign pathogens could be creating issues that lead to leaky gut. As our immune systems are trying to fight the bacteria over here, then we're more susceptible to the things that cause leaky gut. So it's important to be continuing with the acceleradine. And not only will it help you with your gut health, but it's going to improve your thyroid and metabolism health, help reverse Hashimoto's, which could be caused by the leaky gut, and improve mental clarity. It's also able to cross that blood-brain barrier and detox your brain, actually kick out the toxins such as fluoride, which is a contributor to brain fog. And iodine, on this, as a side note, iodine deficiency is known as the #1 predictor of depression and brain fog and anxiety. And who right now is not suffering from that? So really important to be taking the acceleradine, regardless of what food plan you're on. Next is the accelerated cellular detox powder. And this helps coat the stomach and intestinal lining, reduces inflammation, helps with the bloat and regularity, alleviates the issues like the Crohn's disease and colitis. It soaks up all the toxins through the day that can cause leaky gut. As the inflammation is decreased, the absorption of the nutrients is improved that were not being absorbed when you have the leaky gut. Next is Laxa Comfort, and this is optional. If you're constipated, the toxins you are continuously reabsorbing by the system, wreaking havoc on the gut and the health of the whole body. So it's important to make sure you're going to the bathroom 2 to 3 times a day. Constipation's linked to many diseases, diverticulitis, kidney disease, Parkinson's, IBS, IBD. So this will help make sure that you are going at least 2 to 3 times a day. Then, of course, the accelerated silver. This is enhancing your immune system, your ability to kill and devitalize the foreign pathogens, including those that contribute to leaky gut, and keeping your immune system strong. The body engages in that anti-inflammatory process, leading to your better health. The energy enhancer patches, the LifeWave patches, they increase ATP production in the mitochondria, increase heart rate variability, improve the phase angle, or the ability for the nutrients to come in the cells and the toxins to get out. They reduce inflammation, help with the digestion. So those have really helped with my digestion. Before I even knew about the Leaky Gut Bundle supplements, I saw an improvement with the energy enhancer patches. And the Ion Gut Health is a good supplement as well. It does have sulfur in it. So this is interesting. I don't take it because of the sulfur, but a lot of people really feel a difference, that it heals that leaky gut by helping heal the tight junctions in the intestinal wall. So that is what I wanted to talk about today in leaky gut. I wanted to also just one more time mention that starting next week, I'm really going to be tight on my time, starting right at 2 o'clock Pacific time and ending at 2:30. And then I'll be doing my January cleanse, or whatever month it is, cleanse group at 2:30 Pacific time to 3 o'clock. So I'm going to shorten these videos so that you get all the information. I'm going to try to talk quicker and get it all out because I know we're all very busy. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat and we will see you next week. But I'm available and I'm back home from vacation. And something exciting, I think the Banta family is getting a new puppy. So super excited. I'll be busy with that starting next week as well. So that'll be fun. And I'll share some pictures. All righty, guys, have a great day.